Hello, and I'm Vinita from Free Books, and today Shivangee Ghosh is with us for, having this beautiful conversation about her book, Pages of the Heart. Shivangee loves to write poetry. She's 12 years old. So over to Shivangee. I want to welcome you for today's session, and please feel free to tell us about yourself, Shivangee, which standard are you studying, and your writing experience with us on Rebooks platform.
Hello, ma'am. I am Shivangee Ghosh, and am a student of class 8 at the Public School, Newtown. So, writing has become not just a passion, but a journey that enriches my perspective and strengthens my storytelling. So, over the years, I have written and published multiple books, and each of these works reflects my love for writing and my desire to explore themes of courage and emotions. Through them, I hope to inspire readers to embrace creativity and discover the power of self expression.
So tell me, at what age did you start writing, and if you can also share the experience of that first work that you did, and you realize, oh, I love to write.
Yes, so I started writing just a few months ago, and I am so grateful to Books for giving me the opportunity to write my first book and publish it. So, when I published my first book, I was really very excited and I was really very happy to become a young author and be a part of Books family. So I am really very happy and also I'm very grateful to Books for giving me the opportunity to do so.
So when you started writing your book, Pages of the Heart, you have written different poems in it, right? Different subjects.
Yes.
So, where what inspired you to write poems one, and if you love to like to read the most favorite poem that you have written, and or we would want to share some more things like why did you particularly like I read your book and it has a poem on water, right? So if you can
Yes.
just explain a little bit about that and take us to this journey of listening to your wonderful writings.
Yes, ma'am. So, Pages of the Heart, this book is a collection of poems that explore nature, emotions, surroundings, and the beauty of our planet. The poems are not only about appreciating natural wonders, but also about reminding us of our responsibility to protect and preserve the earth. And I believe poetry has the power to connect us deeply with our environment and with each other as well. And that is what I wanted to achieve through my book. And the poem Water I wrote because now we are very careless about what earth provides us with. So I think we have to be a little more conscious and preserve the resources earth has gifted us with through all the years. So water has become a very major thing now. The scarcity of water has spread everywhere. So I think we have to save our planet and then only we will survive happily and be together.
Tell me, which subject do you like most? Uh, you like to write on nature, animals, feelings, something else. What is your most go-to subject?
Well, ma'am, I like to write about nature only because I feel deeply connected with nature. The beautiful flowers, the sky is so wide and beautiful. So I feel very nice to write about nature, the poems, and I express myself through poems.
Okay. So, is there any specific routine that you follow when you're writing your stories and poems? Do you have a specific timing for it, or whenever you get that intuitively, that I need to write this, I get an idea and you start writing. How does it work?
So, ma'am, whenever I feel that I have an idea about writing a poem, I just want to express my emotions through different words,
Mhm.
compiling them like short poems. So, I don't actually have a specific routine. I like to write whenever I want to write, and that is what I love the most.
So I'm sure you have a writing book where you must be writing your poems, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, what do you, how do you, I mean, in case somebody wants to try writing poems, what kind of advice would you give to them, to how to generate ideas, how to be watchful of, things that they can write on or about?
Well, ma'am, I would only give one advice, or rather a friendly statement, that just write whatever your heart tells you. You don't have to think or do something that everyone will see. Even if no one sees, just write what your heart tells you to write. It's your happiness. You will feel happy afterwards. So, this is the only statement I would like to give as a friend.
That's a great advice, Shivangee. Uh, Tell me, what hobbies do you enjoy besides writing?
Well, ma'am, beyond my books, I regularly contribute to many newspapers and magazines where I share my thoughts with a wider community. I also enjoy creative crafts and drawing and handwriting competitions also. Well, each of these adds another dimensions to my artistic journey. For me, creativity is not just about my own personal growth, but it is about inspiring others, sparking imagination, and encouraging everyone to celebrate their individuality.
Wow. Tell me, what do you do when you don't get any idea or you don't feel inspired to write? Then how do you, tackle that kind of a situation?
Ma'am, I like both.
So,
Through writing, I express myself, and through reading, I feel the happiness inside me. So I like both equally.
also tell me, if how did you get this idea to keep this particular title for your book? One, and also if you can also tell us about the other kind of poems that you've written in this book. If you could tell us a little more about writing and particularly those topics, what was in your mind when you were writing them, and how did you feel once the writing was over and you published the book? What was your feeling? What was your parents feeling?
So, ma'am, I have given my book the title Pages of the Heart because from the first to the last poem, every word has been written from my heart, filled with emotion and feeling. So, I thought this title would be great to give. And, ma'am, I got inspiration from my mother, and she helped me write from the very first day, and now I became a young author only because of her, and also because of pre-books for giving me the platform to publish. And ma'am, after I published this book, my parents were equally happy like me, and my happiness was beyond any limits. I shared it to everyone, my friends, my relatives, to everyone, and so I will forever be grateful to Books for giving me the chance to publish this book and for giving me the happiness I feel today now.
And what are your future dreams, Shivangi?
Ma'am, I want to become more famous and great author whose name will be in everyone's mind, that she writes very beautifully. Or you can read her book. Shivangi is a very nice author, so I really want to achieve this title. in the future.
That's really a good dream to have, you know. Anything, Shivangi, you want to share with your for your family, for your friends, and anything you want your readers to learn from your writing?
Ma'am, I only want to tell my readers that just write whatever you feel, whatever your heart tells you to write. Just write, and then you will feel the happiness, which you will never feel in anything else. But after you write something which you really want to write from your heart, you will really feel a happiness that you can never feel in anything else. So I will just tell them to write more and read, because storybooks are really great to read. And this is it.
That is so wonderful. This means writing is something essential to kind of understand the imagination that is beyond, you know, any boundaries, and it's
Yes,
one of the most easiest manner or the most loveliest manner to connect with our inner self. So, on such a beautiful note, I would, you know, end today's podcast and this conversation. And I want to thank you, Shivangi, for, you know, sharing your thoughts, writing such a beautiful book, and I, you know, encourage you to keep writing and share your thoughts and imagination with all of us. Thank you so much for today's podcast.